Hello to the world. My name is Bea and I am so excited today. We have a very wonderful guest. I'm excited because she is a woman's empowerment superstar. How could you not want to hear her? She's a certified transformational life coach, a mother of three, and a veteran foster parent. Wow, that's just amazing. And she has helped dozens of women move past overwhelm, stuck, and anger by helping them get clear about boundaries, find forgiveness, and experience love and grace for themselves through her intuitive faith-based coaching. So, without further much ado, here comes Carri Taylor. Yeah!
That was a fun introduction. Thank you. That was great.
All right. So, to begin, this is just going to be very simple. I just want you to kind of tell me or tell the world about yourself, Carri.
Oh, goodness. How do you do that in like 2 minutes? So thank you so much for having me on today. My name is Carri, and I'll give you just a little backstory so you kind of know who I am.
Sure.
I was a stay-at-home mom for like basically my entire adult life. My daughter just graduated high school, my oldest. And about 4 years ago, my husband of 19 years decided that he didn't want to be married anymore. So he had an affair and that ended our marriage. And at the time, I just thought, gosh, I've been a parent forever. I've been a foster parent for 11 years. I've been a parent to 3 kids. I've been homeschooling. I felt like a sitting duck. Now what do I do? And somebody asked me the question, what do you really want? And that really made me do some soul searching, and I discovered coaching. And I now am a certified health, life, and transformational coach. And I can't even tell you, it's like the dreamiest thing ever. I absolutely love it. And I've never been in a happier place than I am now. So good.
Good for you. Yay.
Thank you.
Just so, okay. Now that you found your calling, I would say, when you coach, do you start with you have a one time call, or just for getting to know each other, or how do you
Yeah. So how does somebody like come into coaching with me? Is that kind of your question? Yeah, I have a website and people can come on there, and I do a free consultation, and it's just it's basically a 1-hour coaching session. And I always tell people, I guarantee that you will get something out of this coaching session. It's always profound to me when I have a consultation with somebody. What they leave with, they're always it's so thought provoking. It's so challenging. It's so good. So yeah, I always have a free consultation. Usually we do it over the phone.
Okay. Yeah. So you do coaching. Like right now, what do you want to promote for your coaching?
So that's such a great question. So glad you asked. I just recently started, I'm just launching a women's group. So as a women's empowerment coach, I really want to help women. Some people need help with health. My facet is really life, but let's be fair, life deals with health. So it's all combined. And I have designed for destiny, because let's be real, each of us is designed for destiny. We are not meant for just living status quo, being miserable, but we are designed for destiny. So these are my designed for destiny groups, which on my website, You Made New Coaching, you can go there and there will be a link like a header, and I'll share more information about those groups. So those are just forming right now. That's what I'm in the midst of.
Wow, that must be exciting.
It's really exciting. I'm thrilled. And I also do one-on-one coaching. That's what I've done thus far, and I love it. But for people who need something that's a little more affordable, a little more, the cool thing about groups is there's just natural accountability. If you connect with somebody in the group, right, then there's just that accountability, and it doesn't have to come from Coach Carri, but it can come from your friend or your peer that you're meeting.
Right. That's true. And, it's like women helping women at the same time. Yeah.
Yes.
And eventually you kind of get a connection with, who knows, somebody else is in your situation at that moment.
It's right. And even after you leave the group, if you form that connection, you guys can still stay in touch, you know what I mean? And have that accountability. And
I know, I've met so many wonderful women too, online.
Through different groups, right? Yeah.
That's very exciting because, technology really has broadened everything where, not only our knowledge, our connection, there's just so many things that we can hear, see nowadays than, before technology was here. So right now, who do you think, who would you say the kind of person you want to reach out to?
So as a women's empowerment coach, I work mainly with women. I will say that I have worked with a couple guys. I have a client that's a guy right now. I generally work with women who are going through a pretty significant season of transition. It could be a career change, empty nester, divorce, those kinds of things. And, guys go through that stuff too. And so I do work with guys, but generally, most often I work with women primarily who are going through major transitions.
All right, so that's good. So women out there, if you're in that situation, Coach Carri is here. So this would be like the last question, but we can continue on if you want. There's time. So how do people find you?
How do people find me? So I had mentioned my website. My coaching practice is called youmadenewcoaching.com. And so, or it's You Made New Coaching, obviously, youmadenewcoaching.com. And there you can there's a link to my private Facebook group, which is called It's Time for Something New. And on that group, I share recipes, parenting ideas, relationship wisdom, sometimes just random facts about healthy things like essential oils or spices we can add to our diet to encourage detoxification or whatever. So that group is there. If you go to my website, you can book a free consultation and we can talk about if, one-on-one coaching is best, if group coaching is best. I have a blog there with several articles about varying things. So that's my website's probably the best place to reach me.
All right. So basically I will add that info, your website, on the description during the upload of the YouTube, okay? So if anybody is in the lookout for something new, here's Carri, Coach Carri. You can reach out to her. And that's it. And thank you for being our guest today.
Thank you. I was
very much.
Yeah, thank you. It was good. It was,
So any one or two points that you want to kind of share at this moment for the viewers?
Gosh, so there's so much, right? Because people come to coaching for so many different reasons. They can come to coaching because they're just fed up with the way they look and the way they feel. And so it's time for change, and they need accountability and guidance and tools. Somebody could come to coaching because they're just so filled with anger. They've got to move past it. They're hurt and lost. I mean, that was for me. I was going through a divorce, I was hurt and lost. And so my coach training was a real major healer, if you will. I had several, I mean, in order to be a coach, you have to be a client of coaching.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anything that I ask my clients to do, I've done myself, right? So if we're
Right.
going deep and we're digging into some hard places, I just want to assure my clients, I've done that already. Like, I'm here with you. I get it. I hear you. So I'm not going to ask people to do anything that I haven't done. And as a coach, my deepest longing and desire is to help people move from that stuck place to that place of freedom and liberation and joy and fulfillment that they probably just haven't ever experienced or haven't experienced for a really long time.
Wow, that's a lot of value there. Just that.
I hope so.
How much more? How much more if you have how much more if you book your free consultation right now?
Yeah. It's easy and it's fast and it's not, I was sending out some messages this morning and I was writing the messages. I thought, when you book a consultation, I want you to not think, oh, I have to take an hour to do this, but I really want you to think this is an hour for me. It's like a self-care hour, right? Investing in yourself. It doesn't cost you anything, but it's just a moment for you to kind of rediscover what it is you really want, who you are at your core. It's think of it like self-care for yourself.
Yeah, and that is very important. A very good point, because we women like to, I'll deal with that later. I have to take care of somebody else.
Right. I mean, you said it before we started recording today. You were saying, gosh, I just give to everybody else, right? And it's so easy as mothers, naturally,
yes,
we have a propensity toward that. Yeah.
That's who we are.
Yeah. And I mean, we're just naturally born as nurturers, but the reality is if we don't nurture our own soul and our own heart, it's real hard to give fully the way we want to give to others. So yeah, a moment to pause and do something for you. And I want people to think of coaching as an investment. Sometimes people get mixed up and say, well, how much does it cost? And I'm like, I don't want you to think of it like buying a car that's going to break down in 5 years. I want you to think about it as, this is something you're doing to invest in yourself for the future.
Right.
It's a big deal when you put the work and the effort in now. What's your life going to look like 20 years from now? What's your life going to look like? Let's back up even a year from now, right? It's going to be different by you investing in yourself today.
Yeah, I was just reading this morning, somebody posted like, okay, I spent, if you're asked to spend like $100 to, kind of help or nurture yourself, you would say, oh no, that's too expensive. But if you pay like $100 to eat outside or in the restaurant, oh yeah, that's fine, no problem. Okay. So, you can see the difference of how we think about the $100, how we spend it. So it's our decision, daily decision, whether, okay, are you going to spend it for you, or are you just going to spend it for maybe half hour or 2 hours time of enjoyment?
Right. Right. Yep. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. It's so funny, our mindset around those things, isn't it? That you think, gosh, I can't spend that much to have a counseling session. And I'm not a counselor, but you know what I mean? Like, to invest in yourself in that way. But then you're absolutely right. How many people go out and spend $5-10 a day on coffee or lunch?
Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah. Or, going out to eat. We just traveled to another state on vacation. We just got back. And even your example was so pertinent with the meals, because we bought a cinnamon roll. My mom can make cinnamon rolls. They cost next to nothing, right? But we bought a cinnamon roll and I think it was $6 for a cinnamon roll. And it's like, why? I mean, it was fun and we splurged and all that. But if you're doing that regularly, really, are you investing in yourself, or are you investing in a momentary, piece of enjoyment where you could be investing in like lifelong fulfillment?
Right. And yeah, that's true. And yeah, that's why we have this interview today, so we can reach out to more people, especially women, that, value yourself and
Mhm.
invest for your future. And we need that. We need that. So
Yep.
thank you again for the opportunity to have you interview today. And we can get in touch, or, next time we can have another interview for something else. I'm cool with that.
Awesome.
Right?
Thank you. This has been such a joy. I love that you're doing this. This is really just a ministry. Thank you. So good.
Welcome. Welcome. Okay. Bye, Carrie. And the